Welcome to this video where we are going to learn about Azure AI Foundry. Recently, I was just scrolling through Twitter and I found someone, posting about how you can build AI agents and do a lot of stuff with Azure AI Foundry. So I thought, maybe let's go ahead and learn about Azure AI Foundry together. Disclaimer that I do not have any kind of slides for these videos because it's gonna be all through the Azure documentation. So I'm going to go through the Azure AI Foundry. Now, when you Google it, right, you'll find a couple of links. The first one is actually the Azure AI Foundry link, which is it's actually the Learn link. It's where you can find all the official documentation. The other one that you see is ai.azure.com. This is where you will actually find, you can go ahead and start working with Azure AI Foundry. But for at the moment, we are going to click on the very first link, and what we are going to try to do is go through the official documentation, understand line by line what is written there, and then actually learn about Azure AI Foundry. So, all right, so let's get started. So, the very first thing that we have to learn is about Azure AI Foundry, right? What is it actually? So, if we read the very first paragraph, it says Azure AI Foundry provides a unified platform for enterprise AI operations, model builders, and application development. This foundation combines production grade infrastructure with friendly interfaces, ensuring organization can build and operate AI application with confidence. Now, what does this mean? It clearly states that you can build AI operations, models, and application development with the Azure AI Foundry, and that too of the enterprise grade. So it means if you come to Azure AI Foundry, if you use Azure AI Foundry platform, you can build your applications, you can test it. Literally, you can do everything in the AI ecosystem that you want to do using the Azure AI Foundry app platform. Now, it also says that Azure AI Foundry is designed for developers too. There are 3 points. First, if you want to build generative AI applications, okay, so you can use Azure AI Foundry for that. If you want to explore, build, test, and deploy using cutting edge AI tools and ML models. Now, if when later on we are going to go to the Azure AI Foundry dashboard, where you can actually find out that there are many models available there. You can choose anything that you want. It also has a playground where you can test your models before working on them. I know I'm running I'm racing to the future topics, but yeah, so it is one platform where you can explore, build, test, and even deploy your AI models and your applications. And finally, you can collaborate with your team, and which is pretty good. If you have a team, you're working with a team and you want to work together, you can use this Azure AI Foundry. So in nutshell, the understanding of Azure AI Foundry is like it is a one-stop solution for building AI applications that do enterprise grade, and it is from Azure. It means everything is in cloud, so you don't have to really maintain any of your infrastructure. This is actually how the homepage looks like. Yeah, so the Azure AI Foundry is mostly around projects. We're going to come around it, and yeah, I think that is all we want to focus at right now. So maybe this other thing on this website that is about Azure, what's new in Azure AI Foundry. So this is a page where they always update what's new. So the last time it was updated on 0542025, and actually everything on Microsoft Learn or the Microsoft documentation is open source. You can actually go ahead and even uh, make some changes. If I'm not wrong, if I click on it, yeah, it goes to the GitHub repository, so you can if you want to make any changes, you can create a pull request. So if you want to stay updated with what's happening in Azure AI Foundry, you can actually come here. Now on the left we have a quick start. It says use the chat playground, right? It says use the chat playground Azure AI Foundry portal. So this is actually tells you how you can actually go ahead and get started. First, it says in this quick start, you use Azure AI Foundry to deploy a chat model and use it in the chat playground. Okay, that's perfect. There's some Now we need to do, we need to click on this, right? So let's click on Azure AI Foundry, and it is taking me to ai.azure.com. Okay, perfect. So that's where the homepage lands. We're gonna come to it and let us see what is it is actually saying that if you do not have an Azure subscription, you need one. So to use Azure AI Foundry, you need an Azure subscription. You can get up to $200 of credit and a lot of free stuff for, like, I think for 12 months or something. So you can try that. You can definitely get it. I already have an Azure subscription. So if you come on this page and if you see, I'll maybe zoom a little bit. I think this is helpful. Yeah. So here you say get started with your AI journey, and I already have an Azure subscription connected. Now, there's a prerequisite. For instance, you need permission to create Azure AI Foundry Hub or have created one for you. It means either you have to be a contributor or you have to be owner to follow, to actually go ahead and start working with Azure AI Foundry. And if your role is Azure AI developer, the hub must already be created before you can complete this tutorial. Your user role must be Azure AI developer, contributor, or owner on the hub. Okay, so there are few AI roles. So this platform is definitely role based. If you're an Azure AI developer, someone needs to create an Azure hub for you. Perfect. So let us see the first one. So this is actually the homepage where you join in. Let us see. Are they also explaining anything? Yeah, I think they're explaining. Sign into Azure AI Foundry. We have already done it. Studio remembers where you last left. So what you do next depends on where you are. Absolutely okay. We're signing in for the very first time. So this is what we see. Exactly. This is what we see here. You can see it says, "Hey Simon, welcome to the Azure AI Foundry." You can actually go and explore some models. You can, at the top right, you see create project. So this is actually super important, this one, right? This is where most, it's more like a start button in your Windows or anything that you have. And then you have some, you can click on view AI services. So if I click on view AI services, what do I get it? Yeah, a lot of stuff, right? You can do content understanding, speech, language, vision, content safety. It's telling you what's new. Then, of course, some learning resources. Let's go back and explore models. Yeah, at the top it says a certain announcement. Then it has divided the models depending upon quality, cost, and throughput. You have O3, DeepSeek, Minstrel, Phi, GPT 4.1, and at the bottom you have, my goodness, what, 6,150 models as I make this tutorial. That's a lot, actually. That's really a lot of models, and I think it is coming from many places. So we have Azure AI, Azure OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, Minstrel, Virtual, NVIDIA, AI 21 Labs. Oh my goodness, Snowflake, Databricks, Hugging Face, Bria, so Rockwell. So there's so many models from so many providers. You can pick anything that you want. But let us stick to this one. I'm just saying what is the next step. If you have a project but aren't in one, select the project you wish to, then select model. If you are in a project, select model catalog on left. If you're in a project, I think so, we're not in a project yet, so we'll have to create one. But I believe that if I click on one of these GPTs and I still don't have not created a project, it will prompt me to create a project. Yeah, so it is telling me that go ahead and select GPT-4o mini. So we have GPT-4o mini. Is it a TS1? No, GPT-4o mini. Why don't I see it? Nano. I can write GPT-4 mini. Yeah, there you go. You can also use the search one. So I'm going to click on this one. And it has some details, right? GPT-4 series, the latest iteration of GPT-4 model family. Here is some details or some benchmarks. You can also see quality index, how much it's going to cost you, and everything more. Not, I think you can also actually compare your models if you. It has AI quality estimate, because I think this is when you actually go have to really build it and start deploying the application that you build it. So this is definitely what Microsoft claims, that this is really an enterprise grade platform. So maybe let's click on compare with models, and wow, so you have already one, two, three, four, five models here. Now at the, you have quality index, like which one is better, higher the better, which is compared with the cost. It's pretty nice platform. So we're going to stick with this one, right? GPT 4 point mini. You also get some quick facts, and let me click on see pricing. Where does that take me to pricing? Okay, it takes me to the generic Azure OpenAI pricing services, right? So you can actually go ahead and see how much your 4.0 mini that we have it. Input to $1, cash something, yada yada yada. I think we'll have to go more in detail. So let's forget that, right? You can see the supported language. What is it? What does it say? It says click on deploy. So we're gonna click on, come back here, click on deploy. It says, yeah, now you need to create a project. If we don't have one, so I'm gonna create one. Okay, it's already given name for my. Okay, so that is okay. I think it's what 11 p.m. at my place. I'm recording it. Okay. Subscription it has hub. It's gonna create a new hub for me, right? I think if I'm not wrong, hub is a maybe a place where you can have multiple projects. I really don't know. I'm just learning it as we speak. Resources definitely. Resource group is something that is everywhere in Microsoft Azure. So I think you can have a in a resource group. You can have you have databases. You can have your Azure function, your data application, need agents for advanced, nothing. So just gonna click on create, and it is telling me the resources and everything is gonna create storage account, key vault, AI services, AI hub, and AI project. So at the bottom left, it is creating the project. And while it is creating it, it's gonna take a while. It is created these three maybe, and it's for the it is created this one. It is created key vault. Rest four is gonna take a little more time. Okay, third is also done. While it does it, I actually want to go ahead and click on search for Azure AI Foundry. I also found a nice resource on Microsoft Learn. Actually, where was it? If I go to this link once again and click on the learning path and plan. Yeah, so this is, if you don't know, Microsoft Learn is actually a platform. It also has, there's a lot of stuff, right? Microsoft Learn has a lot of stuff we can actually go and learn. So choose and deploy models, and if I click on plan and prepare, and if you click on Azure AI Foundry, so this also gives you a nice idea about hub. So here we can learn about hub. A hub provides centrally managed collection of shared resources and management configuration for AI solution development. You need at least one hub to use all of the solution development features and capabilities of AI Foundry. So I get it. So let's say I have a project, let's say I have a client, right? And it has like 4 5 different projects. I can put all those projects inside a hub. And to work in a project, there should be at least one hub, which means if you're working in Azure AI Foundry, you need to have at least one hub. This is more like, putting together the related projects inside one container, and they're calling it hub. Very similar to if you come from an Azure background, that it's called resource group. I think it is very similar to like this. Then yeah, projects. A hub can support one or more projects, each of which is used to organize the resources and assets required for a particular AI development effort. We get it, right? So a project is gonna contain all your code, your playground, fine tuning, prompt flow, and everything about it. So we'll go back. It is still updating. We're gonna wait for a moment. Oh, there you go. It's loading now. So it says deployment name is this. Standard is global standard. What is the standard? Paper API call with highest rate limit. Learn more about global deployment types. I think it's more about pricing, right? So you wanna data zone standard, global province. I think that's beyond the scope of this video to go. I'll go with the default that we have now. And over here we have some deployment details, the capacity, where is it deployed, application authentication is key, and yada yada yada. So click on deploy. Next, thanks for the tutorial, close, and there you go. I have my endpoint, I have my key, which means I can actually go ahead and start using in the application right away. And I think I can also select the language here. Wow, if I click on, let's say, JavaScript, and if I select my SDK to, let's keep it this way, authentication is this one. So it actually gives me how I can actually go ahead and start using it, which is pretty cool. I'm now going to follow along the tutorial, and it says go to the chat playground, and in this system message type, you are an AI assistant that helps people find information. Perfect. So from the left, I'm going to click on the playground that is on the top. Click on try the chat playground, and give the model instruction context. So this is here. I'm gonna paste it. Now, please select application changes. Yeah, this is the please select apply changes button. Okay, we get it. So this is more like telling the what we are adding here. It is actually called system prompt. It's called system message. They think system message, but in some other application they also call it system prompt. And system prompt is actually telling your AI model who you are and what you do. Right. So it says here we have your AI assistant that helps people find information. You can I think you can also click an add section and safety system message. If you want to add some more safety, right, you can actually say, hey, I don't want some harmful content, avoid ungrounded content, copyright something you can do it, right? And then we're going to click on apply changes. Yeah, click on apply changes, continue. Perfect. There we have it, and it says perfect. In the chat session pane, enter the following prompt: how much does a trail walker hiking share cost? So let us do that. I'll paste it here and click on send. Oh, not this one. Sorry, it should be this one. I don't have live access to current prices of the product. For the most accurate and up to date pricing of trail walker shoes, go to check the website Amazon and yari. So what it says. So the conclusion is the assistant either replies that it does not know, that is right, it says that it does not know, and provide a generic response. The model doesn't have access to current product information about it. That is totally right. But at least you actually now know on how to actually uh, create a project, create a hub, select the models from your application from the Azure AI Foundry, and start using the playground. This is definitely the very beginners, I think I should say the very first video you should watch about Azure AI Foundry. In the next one, we can actually go ahead and look at building a basic app with basic chat app in Python using Azure AI Foundry. I think this will be interesting. So yeah, I'll see you in that video. Thank you.